Next week, the toughest athletes in the world will compete in the Ironman Championships in Hawaii. And among them, a Spokane woman who is becoming a legend among Ironman athletes. Madonna Buder is 84 years old and making Ironman history as the oldest woman to compete at this level. She's also a Catholic nun. And KXLY4's Melissa Luck working for you tonight with what keeps Sister Madonna going and why she's not the one who will decide when she'll stop competing.
I just love sailing out and around in God's nature.
Outside her home in West Spokane, Sister Madonna Buder heads off on another training run, learning lessons every day through a constant dialogue with a higher power.
When they say, you've got God on your side, I'm saying, well, so do you. You just have to refer to him.
Her story, now Ironman lore. A Catholic nun, she says a message from God got her running at 49. Hundreds of races later, she's about to make history again. Finishing in Kona next week will make her the oldest Ironman finisher in race history at the age of 84. So you're going to win your age group.
Well, I have no competition, let's put it that way.
We don't need to point that out. We'll just say you're going to win your age group.
Sister Madonna's Ironman road has been trailblazing for sure. The obvious question, when is she going to stop? She says it's up to God to decide, but many would argue he's given her some pretty strong hints already.
One hint, Boston, 2013. Sister Madonna was at mile 21 when the bomb went off.
I just went numb. Just numb. I couldn't. It was shock. After that, everything seemed so trivial. And what we were doing seemed crazy in compared to the reality of the situation.
But life would go on, and so did she, until another hint from God 1 year later.
I thought when I got my fractured pelvis on March the 15th, that he was giving me a strong message.
March 15th this year?
Yeah.
A fractured pelvis would sideline athletes half her age. But you can't keep a good nun down.
Just now, about 6 months later, am I able to feel I'm back to my normal running stride.
And back on the bike for her last few pedals before she heads to Hawaii for a 2.4-mile swim, 112-mile bike, and a marathon. You understand why people think this is such a big deal that you still do this?
I don't. I still cannot understand it.
Competing now is harder than ever, but she's still going. After all, she still has history to make, milestones to reach, and more of God's creation to enjoy.
There are all sorts of things to learn, and you can learn it from being out in nature, which is what I love so much about this sport. Nature is the best teacher there is.
I'm Melissa Luck, KXLY4 News.
Oh, wow. Go, sister, go.
Yes.
Now, Sister Madonna says that there is some pressure on her to compete next year because that would mean she opens up another age group for women 85 plus.
Oh, my goodness.
You've done a marathon, several before, so you know what it takes.
Nothing compared to an Ironman. I mean, yeah.
In Ironman, that's just one segment of Ironman.
Very time-consuming, but I can also understand where a woman of faith would find a lot of peace and
strength,
communion during that training. So she is an inspiration.
Well, God hasn't told me to do my Ironman, so I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know if he ever does. I don't think he will.
Be careful, he might.